I didn't originally come to the earth. I went into a big library.
Very good.
Yes, the little chap there pulling a book out of the shelf. There's a, hello.
And what does he look like? Describe him.
He's got a robe on, and it's very glowy here. Very like everything's kind of alive-ish. And long rows of books and columns, and so he's in front of me. He's pulling a book out almost as if he's expecting me.
Very good. So describe what else is in this library.
A funny little chap. It's massive, big. Can't even see the end of the rows of books, and it's almost like there's music in the air, but no one's playing it. It's just in the air, floaty, and I get the sense that there's a lot of things flying around in the air, and a lot of people following other library people, like librarians, but I get the sense that he doesn't want me to focus on all of the other things. He's like, "This got your book, come follow me," kind of thing.
Very good. So let's go with that. You're saying he's captivated you and he's caught your attention.
I don't know if he's walking. I think he's walking just to make me feel comfortable. He's kind of like floaty walking.
Yes. And look down at yourself. Do you perceive yourself?
I'm also floaty walking.
Very good. Do you perceive yourself?
I don't need to walk. I'm gliding, walking.
Very good. So your energy or physical?
I don't think I need to have a body. I don't think I need to be physical here, but I think it's that way for me to compute or understand it.
Very good. Okay, so you're saying you're following this man.
It feels like he's got my book.
Yes.
I have to follow him.
Okay, so let's follow him. And let's find out what happens next.
There's no sense of time here. There's this massive corridor, but suddenly, and then now we're in this, like you just fold the time on itself, and we're in this big room with rounded ceilings and also more. But there's a table in front, a big golden table, and he puts the book on the table.
Is there anyone else there, or just you and him?
Just me and him.
Very good. And
Well, I don't know. Maybe get the sense that there's people in the peripheral looking in, but I don't think I'm meant to focus on them. I think it's this chap and his book.
Okay.
It's a red, like leather-bound book with a little bit of gold trimming.
Okay. So let's find out what he wants to show you.
Just turning pages. I don't know where he's going to stop for.
What do you see on the pages?
A lot of them are writing. He's flipping, slowly going through. He's got a naughty smile on his face. It gets to a point where there's writing on the left-hand side, but the rest of the book is blank, and there's a red thing separating the two, like a little line that you hold in books to keep the two apart. And he's smiling at me. He pulls out a like a diamond you find on cards, you know, that shape. It's all bright and light and got colors in purples and greens and golds and he pushes it into my forehead.
Is he pushing that shape into your forehead? Okay, and what is that doing to you?
It fills me with energy. That's why he's smiling. All those pages, those writing starts to appear in purples and greens and golds. It's like I couldn't see it before I had this thing in.
So it's kind of giving you an extra sight to see it.
Yes, the other half of the book is all, I can read it now. Well, I don't know if it's all funny shapes, but the writing, but I can see it where there was no writing before.
Okay, very good. So let's find out what it is that he's trying to tell you. Are you able to read the book, or will he give you a message, or what happens next?
I don't know if I can read the book. What does it mean?
So let's ask him.
What does it mean? He is slowly turning the pages, smiling it as if I'm meant to know.
Okay.
I don't know. He's got a gold cup.
Yes.
It says I must drink from the gold cup.
Okay. What is in there?
He's smiling again. I want to know what's in the book.
Yes. So what happens next?
I drink from the cup.
And how do you feel now?
It's purple water.
Yes.
I feel like I'm leaving my skin. Now, I don't know, it's not. It's not. Now I'm just floating up. I want to know what's in the book. But now, I'll just go with it.
Now you?
I'm just going to float.
Okay.
I'm not going to try and do anything.
And what? Tell me more. You're floating now.
No, pull me back down.
Okay.
Put me back in the body. What the hell? I don't know, maybe he was cleaning things off me or something to feel lighter too.
Okay. So is the book still open?
Yes.
And can you see anything on the page?
It's just writing.
And describe this writing.
It's like triangles and squares interconnected and curvy and round and I don't know.
And do you sense anything from it?
So he's wearing a white robe with gold trimming around it, and the writing in the book is the same as the writing on his gold trimming.
Yes.
It's the same, it's a language. It must be a language from where that is, that's place. Spirit language. He's smiling. He says, I got it. It's like a teacher.
Okay.
Little stick taps me on my forehead. Boom, boom. Got it.
So it's a kind of spirit language.
Hmm.
And what does it have to do with you?
It's all shapes.
Yeah.
All into shapes and shapes. Okay, I'll ask him. So what does this have to do with me? He says, I am this language.
And ask him how that's possible.
How is that possible? He says everything is this language.
You're saying it's spirit language.
But it's also, it makes everything. It is everything. Okay.
What else is he saying?
Not saying anything. He's looking at the book again and turning pages. It's almost like he wants to stop somewhere, but he's not stopping. He's gently turning pages. Where are we going, mate? What's what?
Okay, so ask him what is the significance of the page he's on now.
What is the significance of the page that you're on now? Kind of shoots you out into a different place.
What do you mean?
But I'm not sure. Well, he puts his finger on, when he puts his finger on the page, and you look at the page, and you go through the page, and now I'm in, I don't know, there's some galaxy. I don't know the galaxy. There's different planets, and I'm just in the space, just looking at all these planets, big blue one, red ones to the side, and planets that are close together. It's all strange, different. Never seen like this before. It's not in our solar system. It feels much like I don't want to be rude, but it feels like a more clever solar system.
How do you know that?
It's intelligent. The planets can talk to each other more. There's more language in the air, and I'm just sitting here and just looking at them, and I feel like family.
And how do you perceive yourself?
Planets. I'm like a bird alien, not a alien, like the Blue Avians, like one of them, but I wasn't a second ago. A second ago I was just nothing, floating, but I feel like I'm on those planets a lot, but I can come up here, and then I'm like just peaceful, but I can appear on those planets.
And you perceive yourself to have a body now.
Yeah.
And describe what the body looks like.
Okay. Long, tall, blue, Long arms, long legs, torso. I'm quite stretchy. But when I'm up here, I get the sense that I'm not in this body. But when I go places, I get the sense I am in this body.
So what feels more comfortable for you?
Depends. When I'm here, I don't need the body. Got gold. Gold necklace, round disc on it in the front. It's very simple.
What is the significance of this embellishment?
I don't know, but it connects me to the planet. And I can go to the different planets with I don't know if I have left my body somewhere or I can just create a body when I go there. I don't.
Well, let's find out. Can you move yourself around?
Quickly.
Okay, so let's find out what happens to your body as you...
I don't have at the moment I'm just floaty. But if I want to create a body, then I can. But I don't need it.
Okay. Okay, so where would you like to move to? If you're an energy, you can move anywhere you like. Where would you like to go?
It's a very big planet in front of me, but I'm not sure I want to go to that one.
Okay.
And there's two littler ones, one on the right and one on the left. No, let's see. They make the planet sings songs.
Yes.
Or they've got a one's got a high song, one's got ooh song.
Is it like a frequency or is it actually melodic?
There's both.
Okay.
Both. And they got like colorful waves that come off them. Different planets have different colors. I think they're lying. They're not. They are planets, but planets aren't really planets. They're just big balls of energy that coat themselves in the skin of a planet so that we can fit in with them. They're like very much alive. It's like a human being, a planet. It's all frequency, but we cover ourselves in skin like they do the same.
So it's a being, a living being.
But much more of muchness. Lots of everything, like connected, interconnected of beings, life forms, hundreds and thousands and millions of different energies all in one, creating one. And they've got personalities too. The little ones are cheeky. The big one is like a grandfather.
Okay. Now, can you just sense this or do you hear them?
They talk to each other.
Okay.
Little ones, naughty. The big one, he's relaxed grandfather. His time, he also knows his time as that planet isn't much longer, and then he will, I don't know, die is the right word, but he gets to leave that big planet. I get the feeling he's tired of this big planet now. He wants to go to something else. The little ones are still young. They're like twins. They're still young and they're still a lot to learn, but they're enjoying the solar system. They like watching and they send out frequencies to here and there. Sometimes they're not allowed to send to certain planets, but they do, and then other planets say, hey, and they have to not be so naughty. But there's other planets there too. The medium ones sending out, they're like more like parents. They send out different frequencies, and big yellow planet. And
Okay, so let's find out where you go as you're drifting around. What happens
I'm
next?
not going to go to those two young ones. They're too young, they're naughty.
Okay.
I'm going to go to that yellow one.
Is it the big old one?
No, that one is behind me now.
Okay.
Turn around. This one's like, it's like a golden yellow planet. I don't know why. I've never seen a planet like that before, but I'm going to go there.
Okay, very good. And what happens next?
Floating into it.
And describe it.
Seeing from different views. I'm sometimes looking at it coming on, and then I'm looking at myself coming in. So I'll just float down into it. It doesn't feel hard. It feels smooshly. It's sucking me into it.
Do you perceive yourself to have a body there on the planet?
I'm like a bird body, but I'm just sinking into the planet now. It's like,
tell me more.
I'm in Egypt.
In Egypt, very good. How do you know that?
I'm standing with people, but I'm much bigger than the people.
And look down at yourself.
I'm the bird again.
Yes, very good.
But the people, I'm nice with the people.
Yes.
And we're standing on with people who've got white headdress. And there's not just me there, there's other creatures that they my height, but they're different shapes and sizes. They're there to help them, but everyone seems to like us and we like them and we're helping them. Moving stuff about, but not with anything physical.
How are you moving things?
Well, with the mind and frequency, big, easy peasy moving about. And the people, the humans, they are shorter and they are happy. We are there and we are happy to help, and we are there to help them.
But what is your purpose with these in Egypt with these people?
We are there to advance them.
And how do you do that?
Build and teach them. Build in their society. Work, lots of work to be done here.
Okay.
Pyramids to be put up. Pyramids to be put up. Not just here, but this is an important place to put them. This place will send out energy to the other places on the planet Earth. It will help to raise the vibration of the Earth.
Yes.
The pyramids are a small part of what connects to the heart of the planet. The heart sends up energy to the pyramids. The energy goes out of the pyramids up and out for growth on the earth and energy through the top into the galaxy. But not just this galaxy, the pyramids connect with other pyramids on other planets. They are in alignment. That is why they were built. When they were built in alignment with the stars that they were in alignment with. They also have pyramids on them, different in nature, but pyramids, bigger, smaller. They connect, they talk to each other. When he saw the planets talking to each other, we were showing him how the planets talk. The pyramids are on all of the planets, young and old, and they are connecting with information and source light. Earth has not been in alignment with the other pyramids for a very long, Earth years long time. Now, recently, they have aligned again. They needed to align now for what is coming. Big energy is coming. Feeling it all are feeling it more and more, even this vessel. Very sensitive to it.
This vessel.
Like a crystal, you would call that, holds and gives a lot of information. Different vessels, people, energies hold and give different information. Some more, some less, some frequencies different, some high, some low, big, small. This one's holding a lot.
So you showed him the library as the first scene.
One of the librarians in the Akashic Records. He is not a vastly superior librarian, but he's not a nobody. He is a friendly helper in the Akashic Records. He's happy to be there. But when we went into the other room, it was not the same person. We tricked him. We put on the clothing of the earlier one. He recognized us by our smile because he knows our sense of humor and cheekiness with him.
And who are we speaking with right now?
are Ra.
What does that mean?
You know it as sun god, but Ra is much more than sun god. Energy. The breastplate he saw on the Avian is a communication device, but is representation of the sun, and the humans of that time saw the gold disc, and it represented the sun to them, and we got the name, I got the name Ra, but we do not go by names really. Yeah. It is not just me, there are others. Horus, Anubis, Isis, who also has a gold disc. It is for communication, but not just locally. For it connects intergalactically, far beyond this little new galaxy.
Yes.
When he saw the two twins, there were two very small planets next to the big old one. Think of it this way. The small planet is Earth. The old planet is more where we would have been from. Much more knowledge, understanding. We come to help and grow and nurture planets like Earth.
Are you guiding this vessel in a certain way? And what is your role in this vessel's life?
Yes. He is connected to a collective. This is why he has always had an affinity with Egypt. He remembers past lives long ago.
And you
But it is not just one. There are a number of us. We sit on a council together, all of what you would call gods. We are not gods in your sense. We are of a higher frequency and understanding and knowledge, but we are not gods. There is only one God you would call, but call rather source. One source of one of all.
So you're saying you're a collective that guides this vessel.
Yes.
Very good. So you also showed him a kind of blue avian shape form.
Yes.
Why did you show him this?
Because this is who I am.
Can you explain that?
He knows this, but he's not sure.
Can you make it clear for him?
We came here a long time ago to help this planet when it was still much younger. Now it is more like a teenager, also naughty, but we have come again. But we cannot come exactly the same as we came then. We have to come in a different vessel. He is part of this collective, and we decided to come together. He knows, he does not know this, but he has seen he has come to this table before many times, but he did not know exactly what he saw our light bodies coming to Earth from this table. We are all in the Earth now, but we are not in the bodies that we had then. We are in the human skin, but we are the same gods that you would call gods.
So you're saying the gods, as you describe it, are higher vibrational beings?
Yes, a collective.
A collective. And this vessel is part of this council.
If the collective was a body, he would be the arm, for example.
Okay. And you're saying he had a life as Blue Avian?
Yes.
Him specifically. What was the purpose of showing him that life in Egypt? What does that have to do with his life now?
He came in the beginning to help this planet. He came to help it ascend, to give it the tools to help. He came with the collective to give it the tools and the people the knowledge to help it grow. He has a strong destiny in this planet. He was one of the first, and he will be one of the last in the next shift. He came in the beginning, and he is here for the end of that beginning.
So what do you mean the shift?
Earth is changing. It is finished. What he helped, what he put into the earth to make it beautiful and grow and help it. That season is now finished. He gets to see the end of his work.
Now, what is his role within the shift? No.
Raise the vibration. Like the pyramids around the earthy collective is on the earth-like crystals at different points around the earth. They don't often see each other and can not for too long be around each other. They need to be at the different points on the earth, like the pyramids are at the different points, because only then can the vibration be raised in a balanced fashion. If all the crystals were in one spot, the power would be immense, but only then that portion of the planet would be energized and taken. Perhaps even the polar opposite of that point on the planet, but then a large portion of the planet would not be energized. The frequency must be raised unilaterally in a balanced fashion.
Okay. And all these crystals, is that a metaphor for something?
The crystals is the people, is the collective. People are like crystals. I said in the beginning, people have a frequency each. Some crystals can raise frequencies beautifully together. Some are like opposite magnets and cannot be in the same room together. No reason for animosity. They just do not resonate or vibrate together. Humans always want to know why. I fight with this one, that one. I don't like that one. This one, I don't like the feeling of this one. I don't know why. It's because your vibration is different. You are different crystals, but not a bad thing. Do not go to that person. Go to a place where you do vibrate and resonate, and when you do, and to know when you are vibrating and resonating well, your emotional state will be well.
Yes. Okay, so you showed him the library scene and the kind of room scene and the planets. Why did you choose to show those scenes? What do those have to do with his life now, with his vessel's life now?
He is on the right track. The book we showed him was the end of the natural and the beginning of the spirit. He could not come into the new part of the book without increased vision and or sight.
Yes.
The old is done. It is like a history book. It has been done.
Okay.
The new is different. It is like the new earth. You will be there too. Many will. But for those who do not get the, in this case, crystal or gem, we used as a representation for his upgraded sight. Then you cannot see what the next chapters are, and you cannot experience them. But if you do not have the sight, you will carry on in the old half of the book. That is also fine, but boring.
So by giving him the crystal, has that given him the ability to move?
He is transitioning from the old book into the new book. A lot of people are. You are.
What does that mean?
It is a new era. It is a new way. It is. It is the source. It is new. It is the vibrating of a higher frequency that you are moving into. And he saw the red bookmark. There has to be a type of death to move into the next life. It is not a physical death, but a death of the old. And an enlightening of the new.
So it's the new earth. Is this vessel
Not just the new earth. The vibrations will be felt here throughout this galaxy and the multiverse, because this planet is going. It is excited to go, but there are connections between this planet and a lot of other planets.
And you're saying this vessel will move into the new earth in his lifetime?
Yes. He is there-ish.
Yes.
It is not something he can speed up. You cannot speed it up, but you can be in the right place, aligned and in tuned, and then wait. It is happening.
Okay, so you're saying he will see.
Just be.
And you're saying this vessel will see that state of being in his
He
lifetime?
is already seeing it. A lot of people are.
Yes.
You think that what you see with your mind's eye is not as important as what you see with your physical. This is upside down. What you see with your mind's eye, with your spirit, is far, far more important than the physical. He said to you earlier that he saw the tree move. We showed him. He has recently moved into a different frequency.
Right, so this vessel has brought a couple of questions along today. Do I have permission of the higher self to ask some of these questions?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, so he was asking earlier, what is his contract and life purpose?
He knows it.
Do you mind clarifying for him so when he listens to the recording he might know for sure
He came to raise the vibration and the frequency at this time. Beautiful frequency he has. He struggles to understand people in this time. He does not like aligning. He does not like violence. He does not understand why people hurt each other. He has never understood this. He does not want this. He is pure and has love. He wants to see that more. He will see it more. The vibration is rising. That time of violence, aligning, cannot come into the new earth. It is impossible. It cannot come. It cannot cross the red cord. It will stay.
In the old part of the book. Okay.
That part is finished. But this vessel, you, others, decided to come at this time. You are similar in ages. You all experienced life in this realm in the old, and halfway through your life, like the book, you will experience it in the new. You will all start seeing a line. You will all start seeing a lot more. You simply have to. You will also hear music, like he spoke of, the planets. You will all start to hear. You are starting because of the buzzing in the ears, or the high pitch or frequency. You do not, or are not able to yet hear the music, but it is the beginning. It is the start. Do not force it. Do not worry. This vessel always is worrying. He thinks then he is going deaf, or he has the stroke, or the next thing he has a burst heart or kidney. Why? Always the next thing, the next thing.
So how can you set his mind?
We need to align him today. He is here. He is crossing over. He is basically through. A lot of people are. But there are still some niggly-nagglies that his words will be there, but they will go. Tell him, align. He hears, he is here, a part he does not quite understand, but he is here. He does not need to stop his medication. That is fine.
Okay.
Like being on a swing, being pushed back and forth. There is no need to get off the swing and start working in the garden. No. Sit. Rest. You cannot strive for this new earth. This new earth comes upon you. Just be. Have fun, enjoy, take the medication. Do not sometimes. This vessel drinks too much. He likes his red wine.
Yes. Is there anything wrong with that?
Nothing wrong, but he must not overdo it. And he may occasionally get drunk.
Okay.
But that is not a problem. But he must not then drink the next day. Again, with friends or by himself or family. Too much. He knows this. Line. He feels the energies coming through very strongly in this reality. The alcohol is a way for him to move out of it, a respite of sorts. Not terrible bad, but not sustainable, not over long periods of time.
So the alcohol brings him away from the energies, is that what you're saying?
Alcohol lowers frequency.
Yeah.
A line. And he is very excited. He must continue the work he is doing. He is visualizing a lot and building. That is important. He is building like you, and like you spoke about pyramids. He builds. He will be shown more than just pyramids, but for now he needs to keep these around him. We will show him much, much more. He already has a lining. He already has a lot of help, different types of help.
He was interested in his guides.
Yes, he has many guides.
Can you share with us who they are and what their roles are?
He calls Mr. Coral.
Yes.
His hair looks like coral or roots upside down. He is not so much a being, but a collective of beings that are awakening on the earth at this time. They are elemental in nature. They are nature gods. Their size is not important. They can be as big as the planet or as small as a mouse. That is not important. It's the energy that they carry. They are He is getting excited. Line. They are here to raise the energy for the new earth. When you start seeing them, you are moving into the new earth. New time, not just the earth.
What is Mr. Coral guiding him with?
He is not so much guiding him as revealing himself in this time. Boyo. You do not have words for him. he is awaking nature. Not just the plants and trees, but the rocks and the crystals and the air. Everything. He is awaking. He is not the only one. There are others, but they look different to him.
To Mr. Coral.
Yes.
Okay.
A line.
And what about Mr.
There are also ones in the ocean, but he does not. He prefers the forests and trees.
Why does he not like the ocean? Or water, specifically?
Bad experiences numerous times.
What happened?
Many times. He knows about Atlantis, and not just Atlantis. There were others at this time that went under.
Can you give us a visual of what happened to cause this fear in him?
He was there when the waves came. The waves are nothing like you have ever seen. The Empire State Building is very tall in New York.
Yes.
The waves were high, like this building. Not only were the waves high, the earth went down at the same time.
What created this? What caused that?
People.
Yes.
They an analogy line like his relationship with his ex-partner, it needed to be removed. It was no good, and it was not serving the planet. It could not be fixed. It was too far gone and better to be removed. He was then in Egypt. Not just Egypt. He would move around the globe to the other sides. There are many. You only know of a handful on this planet. There are many more, not just above ground. There are many underground and in the earth.
Sorry, what is that?
The pyramids.
Okay.
They are pyramids, but they are much more than that.
Can you explain that?
They are gateways, portals, energy, but not just the pyramid itself. There is more to a pyramid. A pyramid is more. He knows this. He has also researched. He doubts himself. but they are antenna to much, much more. But it was not time for them now. It is time for their activation.
Yes. And how was that activated? You say it was dormant for a while.
Yes, it needed to be.
How was it reactivated?
If they were active, you would hurt yourselves again. This must not happen again.
So is that what happened to Atlantis?
They were very naughty.
Yes.
Very naughty. And they had warnings, numerous warnings, here and galactic warnings. Warnings from star families, warning from Earth alliances, warnings from nature, warnings from the heavens, but they did not heed these warnings.
But these humans that got the warnings, or who was it?
They were humanish.
Okay.
The Atlanteans, if you saw them, but Atlanteans are not just what people think. It was not just one island. Atlantis was a global colony. The center was the island. Atlantis was made up of many different types of beings, predominantly a human type of being, but there were others, and there were visitors. But there were also other points on the planet where the civilization had a type of hub. Atlantis, as you know it, was the center of, if you imagine a belt, it would be the buckle.
Yes.
Then, when it came loose, they all came loose. It was not just Atlantis that went down. There were numerous islands, earthquakes, shocks, not only in the earth, but from the heavens, comets. It was very destructive. But it had to be stopped, and it was not just the Atlanteans that destroyed. Outside influences also sent comets as warnings at first, then larger comets. Then they did not listen. Everything came at once.
And why did they need to be destroyed?
Naughty. They were like children playing with dynamite.
What was that dynamite?
They had grown their power extensively. They had molded energy, mind. They were like children playing with everything, but they were sent guides. Like if you go to exercise your physical body, you go to a gym, you have a trainer. He will say to you, rest today, work tomorrow, eat this, sleep, rest, train the next day, train a different part. They had guides. They did not listen to their guides. They banished their guides, and after their guides could no longer help them, they changed their frequency. The guides could no longer help them. So they left them to their own devices, but they did not leave them completely. They did watch them and then had to intervene. They were creating large portals to other dimensions and other planets with negative intent.
Okay.
If that had happened, other civilizations would have been destroyed.
Okay, very good. Is there anything else about Atlantis before I move on to this vessel's questions? Actually, the rest of his questions.
He had lives in Atlantis, but the most traumatic was the end. He was naughty in Atlantis, but he was also good. He was a high priestess, but also what you would call a high warlock in different lives. He would destroy in one, help in another, destroy in one, help in another, like a yin and yang.
Yes. Okay, so you're saying the destruction of Atlantis was the reason, or many water kind of lives where he was destructed by water. Why?
Not just his life, because of what he did there, many people died. In one life, in the next, his higher self, a beautiful high priestess, tall lady, all were much taller than humans, but she was beautiful. His essence was in her, and they did beautiful energy work to counter the negativity that he had created in the life before. So he cancelled out. He created karma, destruction. He then cancelled the karma and created. Then he came again and did it over and over. When Atlantis fell, he was not in his light body. He was naughty. A lot of people died. A lot of people drowned. He now carries their drowning experiences.
Is he ready to let go of that?
Yes.
Knowing that it's from a past life and it's not from here.
Does not need it in the new earth. That is old
Okay.
earth. But do you see? He created as a light being in Egypt and on the planet. He destroyed, created, destroyed. He has had a good run on this planet. As light and as dark. He has had both experiences. He could go. We have not allowed it. Of course, in this life it cannot be, because he could then not move forward, but he could be a powerful darkness. Or a light worker, as you would call it. He has struggled with that a long time, making a choice, but he has made the right choice.
Okay, so in this life he's a light worker.
Yes, not just a light worker, a very, very pivotal light worker.
Can you explain?
He wanted to know this, if his energy was in the right place. Yes, yes, yes. He must not say, Zuma, EFF, this country. No, no. All of the crystals are placed where they are placed on this planet for a reason. He needs to be here. He will move around. He knows this. His new job will create movement and interactions. This needs to happen. We need him to meet certain people and to carry his energy around.
Okay, so this new job he's gotten is gonna
Yes.
be do very good for him.
Yes.
But he was also talking about doing some more kind of light working with wellness centers. Is this?
Yes. He is on a trajectory.
Yeah.
We have him. He is like sometimes as stupid as a bowling ball, but he is like a bowling ball with the lanes up. He cannot go into the gutter. He will just go straight and strike the pins. We have him in his lane.
So he's in the right lane.
He is in the right lane.
Okay. So he was asking about his webbed toe. Why did he have a webbed toe?
It is inconsequential.
So it doesn't matter today.
It is an inside joke.
So his fear of water,
Yes.
is that something he needs to let go of today?
He does not need it.
Okay. So can you help him with that today?
Yes.
Tell us what you're doing.
We are putting him in water, but it is not earth water.
Okay. What water is this?
Purple water.
Kind of like the water you gave him to drink earlier in the library.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Everything is energy. It is cleansing, but this fear, it is fear. Fear, he has fear, but it will be removed going into the new earth. It is not forever. You can try and remove completely the fear of the water, but it is not that necessary because he does not live in water.
Okay.
And it will go as the new earth. There is a lot of fear at the moment on this planet, but it needs to come up. A lot of people have fear, not just the people, the animals too.
Do you have any advice for people feeling this fear?
Meditate. Eat healthy. Raise your frequencies. It will come. It will be here. It needs to come up. It is like a shadow being chased out of a corner. It is naughty and it must go. It knows it cannot stay.
Yes.
But it is not happy and rattling its cages.
Yes.
Rattling people's cages. All people know this. People who are in tune feel it more. When you would think spiritual people, people in line would not feel it. You would think they are more spiritual, but they feel it far more, and struggles to understand why some businessmen people can just not have fear and destroy and build and not care for people's lives, but not feel fear or regret, and why they have no compassion. Let them continue. All light workers with high frequencies will feel fear now. It is natural. Tell him, do not worry about the medication too much. It is not reflection on his weakness. It is fine. Like most everything, it will be removed in time. This is why we showed you the book. Open. Old, new. Old, new. Do not focus on old. Focus on the new. The people who are of dark hearts and bad intent. Do not even hate them. Do not fight them. Leave them. Be in yourself with love. Be light. That is old. Once the fear is out of you all, then the dark hearts will feel fear, and yours will be gone.
Okay.
But it needs to come up like a volcano now, and your bodies will feel it. Strangeness, oddness, but it needs, it's a cleansing.
Okay. So he was talking about fear.
He carries it
Yes.
in his left shoulder.
Yes. Can you explain what's going on there on his left shoulder and with his heart palpitations? The left side of his body seems to be struggling.
Yes.
What is this?
His mother also has a tension in her left shoulder, or the same area behind the heart as he does.
What caused that?
She is a very anxious person too. There is a bond between them. It needs to be removed.
Is there something you can do today to help remove that?
I showed him earlier a whale. He thought it was too strange to bring up.
Yes.
But now I will show you the relevance of that. He is like Moby Dick. He has a harpoon stuck in his left shoulder from his mom. It is a vibrational frequency connection. We will remove it.
What is the purpose of that?
She encoded or imprinted fear on him when she was going through fear. To alleviate her fear, she put it on him, not intentionally or out of spite or hurt, but it was done.
As a baby, or when was this?
They were like a graph. They were highs and lows. It was done over time, but the most was put on in his adolescence. That is when she raised up her energy and he absorbed it because of the turmoil in the family, and he did not think it had done anything to him, but it had done perhaps the most to him because he is very sensitive to frequency. But we have just disintegrated that cord. The barb will stay a bit longer, but it will be removed.
And how did you do that? I'm always curious.
We just did it. It looks like a ship that has shot a dart into the whale, and that cord is like, you would see it as lots of wires of different colors, but they're not wires, they are frequency. We just went and that frequency is no longer there. It is just a frequency. And if you go to the opera, an opera singer will raise her voice to a certain level. She will match the frequency of the item she wishes to vibrate or destroy. A crystal glass, if she raises her voice to that frequency, it is destroyed. Just like any disease in your body, if you raise your frequency, it will destroy that frequency. We have just, it was not difficult, that was a very low frequency.
Very good. Thank you very much. And what about his heart? He's talking about
A
heart.
line.
Heart palpitations.
Yes. He has heart palpitations, but that is because the barb was over time going deeper. It is not something you could know about, and that's why he needs to be here today to have it removed, but it cannot be pulled out now. But it is not moving further and will be removed. He must do what he has been doing. Meditate. He is doing everything correctly. He must not be so hard on himself.
So the anxiety, was that caused by that barb?
Yes.
And you're saying today you've removed the majority of it from his back.
That is the main entrance point. There are other barbs, but that one needed to be removed. The others will be removed in time.
So there's not more that we could do today so that he might be...
No, we have raised his frequency and they are naturally falling out like a splinter, like a skin expelling splinters.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
But it is fine.
So what about his headaches? He says he gets regular headaches. Where's this from?
He gets anxious, and that is why he will have headaches, but that is also a small part of the whole. You know, he knows, but humans doubt when it is happening to them. They think they are dying.
Yes.
They think, my God, I can't live without my arm. What if my leg falls off? He is also very silly about these things. Do not worry. You are all crossing over like a river. You have gone through the river like the Red Sea. Your feet are wet still on the new sand, and you do not understand what is happening. The darkness will try and follow, but it cannot. But it will be uncomfortable a while longer. Do not stress. Enjoy. Enjoyment, love, enjoy. Enjoy, laugh, love. This is much more important now than anything.
And what about his back of his neck? He doesn't like it when people touch him there. Where is that from?
Responsibility. He does not want responsibility in this life because he has had a lot of responsibility in past lives, and he was responsible for the building of nations and for the destruction of nations. But shall we have a look at that?
If that's bothering him.
He does not have a choice. We are putting on the golden disc again. He has been running a little bit the last few years. He knows. But now he has accepted. That is why he wasn't training for reigning. He wasn't training the last year. Now he has the responsibility again. He will do well.
And what is his responsibility in this life?
Bring light. Raise frequency. Raise the vibration. Love. Joy. Raise. Start fires in other people's hearts like little crystals. Put the sun's rays, reflect them into the little crystals to grow them. Grow them, spread them, let there be fields of crystals. But he does not hold on to all the energy for himself. This is good. This is important for light workers. How can you be a light worker if you do not give off light and just take light? You need to, like a diamond spinning, reflect the light into others. And this does not mean you need to walk down the street laying on hands. That is ridiculous. You need to be good in your heart. When you are good in your heart, it will naturally come off you. Do not strive to push it off you. Just be. Just, if your frequency is high, without saying a word, you will influence others. For example, in this house, if you are sitting here and they naughty school children are across the street, if you raise your vibration here and you meditate, if you love, it does not take much. You can with intention or not depends how much you grow that sphere. It will influence the people next door.
Okay. Okay, so about the feeling in his neck, is that something that we should
Yes.
remove today?
Let me just... We put a purple frequency there and gold. But hang on. We need to strengthen his neck for responsibility. That is why in meditation we have highlighted his neck, but it is being done.
Okay.
The new position we have put him in will do this. He knows this. He knows everything.
So
we tell him all the time, stupid bowling ball. But he is lovely. He knows. He writes it all. He knows it. But it is good to be here.
Okay, so what about, he said he met his friend and he lost his speech.
Yeah.
What was going on there? He thought he was dying again.
Yes,
What was
he
that?
always thinks he is dying.
Yes. What happened there?
There is a raising of frequency and vibration. That needs to be raised in the brain as well. It can lead to confusion, but now he is scared that it happens again and then he will go crazy. He will go crazy. Everybody will go. You will be seen as crazy in the near future because your vibrations will all be different. He does not need to worry.
So will this not happen to him again?
Perhaps, but it is not a bad thing. It is a... Think of it, he knows this too. A new cable is being set up between this and that city. And from that city, a new cable to the next city. It is new wiring, new cabling, new fiber optic cable, better cable. So with the better cable, it shows the old cable for what it is. We will try not to do it in an important meeting.
Okay. So it's kind of...
He is very worried about that.
Yeah.
Let's not worry.
So it's kind of new circuitry in his brain.
Correct. He knows this. And we have removed old circuitry.
Okay. So he doesn't...
We have removed a lot of old circuitry and we are putting in new circuitry. It would look like a crazy mess to you, but it all has a purpose and will come together. He knows we are currently bringing it all together, like the continents in the beginning, Pangea, we are bringing them back into alignment.
All right, but he doesn't need to worry in future if you in public with people and meetings that'll happen again.
People are not irrelevant, but embarrassment is irrelevant. But we will not do it in an important meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what life changes does he need to make to live his highest purpose?
He is mostly in alignment. He is doing well. He must keep doing it, and keep eating meat, not too much.
He's eating meat again.
Not too little. He now has a taste again for it. He must not go extreme, but he does need it.
Okay.
Does not need to worry about raising frequency vibration. It is being done. It is being done. Like the waves crashing on the shore. He hates the ocean analogy. The tide will rise slowly and it will fall slowly. You do not need to throw in a boulder to raise all over it.
Okay. So the meat thing, you're saying he can continue with the meat, but just in moderation?
Yes.
Same with the wine. Moderation is key.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody, or most people can. But with the meat, it is good not to eat an animal full of fear. And do not do this over time either. Gentle. Eat when needed. Obviously, healthy better. But you will know. Your body will tell you.
Okay.
And he is good at this. Water. Drink water.
Okay. Anything else that he needs to change?
When you are an astronaut, you are the moon. You leave Earth's atmosphere in a rocket. It takes you 3 days to get there. Why would you worry? You cannot change it. You are on a course. What do you want to do in the rocket? Enjoy the ride. Yeah, I have shown him this with a different analogy. He does not like it. We went skydiving and I said, you cannot open your parachute until we are at a certain height. You have to free fall. You can do nothing. All you can do is trust that the parachute will open at the right time. Trust, but enjoy the ride.
Okay. So earlier you touched on Mr. Coral, these kind of beings that he sees in his meditations. What about Mr. Mantis? What is this?
Mr. Mantis. He is part of the Star Alliance. He is helping. There are many upgrading many people now in this time. Very intelligent beings. Not exactly like a human's thinking, but they come in and do a job. They are very precise. They will come in and they are helping to re-establish the fragmented thought patterns and brain energy. They are realigning his thinking. He will hear them sometimes. He thinks there is only one. There is more than one.
Okay. And what about the old man with the stick?
The old man. He is interesting. He is not what he thinks he is. He is a higher self of himself. Wise, ascended master, yes, but it is him.
Yeah.
But also energy of others, but it is a higher ascended frequency master put in one. It is like a thought form as well, manifested in one. It is a amalgamation of many, but it is good, and he should look at it as his higher self, helping him. Do not go looking too much into long drawn out, just it is there to help. He is their higher self to help.
So what is his connection with Jesus?
He has a very strong connection
Yes.
to Jesus. Jesus is an ascended master. High frequency light being. Any can have connection, like with any ascension. He has a connection because he learned so much about him in this life, over and over and over, and opened his heart to his manifestation, so he has a connection to him.
Okay.
There is more, but for today's session, it is not for now.
Okay.
He will need to see you again, but not right away.
Okay.
In the future.
Okay.
For today, it was good for him to know about what he is seeing is true. He also needed to have the barb removed. Only we could have, but it is better this way. Today is not for long journeys into ascended masters, higher selves speak. That will come. He knows a lot of that, but today was more for preparation and healing for the future.
Okay. So can you please do a body scan just to find out if there's anything that's out of balance in the body?
Where the barb was, we are moving energy to that area. It looks like the roots of a tree or nerve endings, all ending up there. So like a volcano building around it, we are pushing it out, not forcefully, gently. It will take some time, number of weeks, not months, and then we will heal that area. The heart is good. The arm is good. The neck. We are reinforcing the throat. He needs to speak his truth.
Yes, he said he had problems, or he has very strong anxiety when he does public speaking.
Yes.
Where is that from?
that is a shame or embarrassment of being laughed at as a child, or being made fun of for his opinion, or his father telling him to be quiet, or not reaffirming him. We will strengthen that.
Okay. What will you do?
We are sending energy to the throat.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anything else in the body?
Wait. It is good. It is good for now. It is changing. It is changing. It is updating, and all change creates stress, but you need this to evolve, and he is evolving.
Okay. Okay, is there any question I could have asked this vessel today that I didn't ask him today? We ran out of time, so I could not make it through his questions. Is there anything I could have asked that I didn't?
He is on the right track. He was not a while ago, but he is now. Open the sails of the ship and go with it.
He seems to not like the water. Might not be the best analogy.
That is why we always give him water analogies.
Okay.
But water also speaks of spirit adventure. He likes adventure. But after today, you have done a great work. You do not even realize it. After today, things will change in his thinking, outlook, and because he is not being pulled back, he will move forward. The bulb will come out. When that happens, we will be in contact again.
Okay, and why did you bring this vessel here today?
He needed this. He has done everything he can to this point. You can do everything yourself, but he also needs to learn the value of other brothers and sisters in this walk. It is different from 5, 10, 20 years ago when there were not many people awake, and the ones that were could not always be trusted. Now, the time is very different. More and more are awaking each day and week quickly now. Yes.
So any last message for this vessel today?
Trust in the process.
Yes. Anything else?
Keep coming to visit us. We enjoy his company in the Akashic. He knows we have walked through the surrounding gardens often and in the great halls. Keep coming and do not force yourself into leaving the body. Rest, it is all coming in time. You will be one of the front runners. Do not. He knows this too. We have shown him. Do not stress and strive against other runners in the race. You will just be. You will turn golden, and almost as if you were floating, you will cross the finish line with the others far behind, striving.
Can you give him a glimpse of his future that he might look forward to?
Yes.
What does it look like?
He will do great things. He has 2 dogs, 1 wife, 1 child.
Something to look forward to.
Yes, he has a lot of space around him. Keep on with the dream. Hey, it's not always easy, but keep on with it. We are guiding it anyway.
Anything else for him today?
Take off your shoes and dance more. Enjoy. Enjoy people, animals, nature. Enjoy the physical things of this reality too. There is not going to be a time like this again for a very long time. This reality is very interesting at the moment. A lot are interested in it.
Anything else before we wrap up?
What would you like to ask?
I was just wondering if you have a message for me today.
You have been to the Akashic Records often. You were once a young child running around the halls of the Great Library. You have had scrolls put into your head for this time. They have been sealed. A lot of scrolls. They are slowly going to be opened in the seasons ahead. You do not have to try and acquire stress or strain for knowledge. Knowledge will come to you, and because of what you have in you, they will be opened and you will be able to comprehend it very quickly. But besides knowledge coming to you, you have it in you. It was put there before you were manifest here. It will now naturally just be opened. Do not strive for it. They are there. They are numbered. They will all open in the right time.
Any information work-wise? What I will be doing soon?
Life is a choice. But like the book, you are also going through it is not complete yet, but a crossing of the river of sorts. A halfway stop, neither here nor there completely. Carry on where you are. Do not jump, do not strive, do not pause it. Wading through the river for now is good. Do not, you will move in the right direction. You will. I see timelines. You are on the right timeline. Leave it there.
Okay.
It's not always good to know all the answers.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anything else? Or are we complete today?
He is tired now.
Yes. Very good. Thank you very much.